Well, we are back again with one of our regular clients that we do production for over the last decade or so. And they've definitely been on board since I came on board with Storyking Studios. And so it's a joy to work with this group every so often. This is a school district in a neighboring city. So it's not actually in our city, but it's a fantastic opportunity that we actually get to work with a school district. It's great because there's just so many opportunities to film and so many things to film. So it keeps us on our toes and at the same time provides us with good work. So it's something that we really enjoy. And I've actually done, a couple of vlogs where we talk about production here. And it was one of the places where we were so glad that we had a production cart to do this with, because it used to be a lot more rudimentary, very plain. And then when we stepped up our game to add just a touch more of excellence to making these videos, it was very hard to do. But now that we had a cart to produce off of, it made it just a whole lot more feasible. I don't want to say easier. It made it more feasible that we were able to carry this equipment and then produce right off the cart. As you can see, we have the light on the cart, we have the diffusion on the cart, and then we can just carry the tripod, not the tripods, but the light stands and tripods, all of that on the cart, so we can go from one spot to the next. And it's not just one camera, one gimbal, and a lav mic, but rather stuff that we can make this thing look more polished, yet get from place to place in a decent amount of time. Because usually the way this works is we're there 1 or 2 days. If we're in one school site, we're going to be there one day. If we're hitting multiple school sites in the district, then we're going to be there multiple days. But I mean, we're filming quite a bit of stuff to capture and making these videos. And so we need to be able to move from spot to spot, getting B-roll, B-roll, B-roll. Now, as you can see here, I'm trying to rebalance this gimbal. We balanced it when we got off the truck, but I was wanting to rebalance it again because it just wasn't working right. Do you guys ever do that where you grab the gimbal and you balance it like 80% of the way and you're like, that's good enough, the motors are strong enough in the gimbal, so we'll be fine, and then you just kind of go? I think that's what we did, and then it was like, nah, I gotta rebalance it, so I ended up rebalancing it. Check this part out. So here's some kids. I'm like, all right, let me set up, and nobody's a professional actor here, right? So I'm like, I give them the nod. I'll be like, okay, let's go. All right, cool, go. And they're all kind of just looking at each other like, what do we do? So I'm kind of looking at them like, okay, they're not doing anything. Let's move on to the next one. And that's the nature of the beast, because nobody is a paid actor. They're just kind of told by the instructor, hey, these guys are going to come film you. Just work, just do your thing. And so sometimes it's like, okay, guys, go. And they just go for it. And other times, they're students, they're in 10th grade and they're like, I don't want to be on camera, or they're shy, or they'll laugh. We get that a lot. And then you get some who really knock it out of the park. They're ready to go. So, it's you just learn how to work with it. And I think that's another reason. So how do we get these gigs? How do we get these jobs that continually call us back for high quality production? And this is where I default to saying, guys, you need to have all of the things in place, not just Instagram, because I guarantee you a client like this, a school district, they're not going to Instagram to hire a video company to make their stuff. They also are not part of an advertising agency, or they don't have connects with the advertising agency to get the best talent in town. No, what did they do? They went to Google. They go the regular ways that most people will do when they're trying to find a legitimate business to take care of their needs, right? And so that's what happened years and years and years ago, is they either reached out via the normal pathways, Google, or Yahoo back in the day, or you knew somebody. You know somebody that knows somebody. Hey, I know person X, Y, or Z, and I met them at a party a long time ago, met them at a gathering a long time ago, and I heard that they did video. And then from there is then when you build that relationship, they're going to call you out once, they're going to see if you can do the job, and that's where the real work happens. I'm not talking about the making of the video, because like I said, when we were doing this a while back, it was very rudimentary. One of us would go out, you'd have one monopod, one Blackmagic camera, the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, and you had a lav mic, and that's it. None of this stuff was here. So it wasn't about like the production quality in comparison to what it is now, but rather the relationships, how professional you were, how you were able to work with the clients. And this is why you're going to see Josh on the camera for the entirety of this video, is because he built this relationship with this client well enough. He helps run the interviews because he knows the program, he knows what they're looking for. So the man to the right of the camera is the liaison. He's the kind of guy, he's one of the guys that's running what they're doing there, and so he knows what he wants to get out of them, and Josh is able to work with them in tandem to get what we need to hear from the talent in camera, so that we can get short bits, as you kind of saw in the video at the beginning, and then I'll have more of the video at the end. But once again, it's all about how you can build the relationship with these folks once you get that first audition, when they call you, bring you out and say, can you do this video? You know, if you can perform for them well, but at the very same time be professional, be able to shake hands and build, and also add to the production. Not only are you making it a good video, but how else can I help you? How else can I be an asset to this program that we're filming here? So here we are, a certain amount of years later, still producing videos for them, and on a higher level, I might add, because this was actually one of the first clients that, you know, as Josh and I were talking, I'm like, let's give them the red carpet service. Like, let's do the best that we can do. Let's bring the good cameras. Let's build them up. Let's put on a show. As I've talked about on this channel before, it's also about the show of filmmaking. So, you know, we're showing them that we can do a really good job, and we are doing a good job. But it's also it's the show of filmmaking as well. So they want to know that they're getting what they're paying for. And that's exactly what is happening. They know that they're getting what they paid for. So this is the video. And I think it looked great. It came out well. And like I said, we were moving fast. Usually our setups take a lot longer. And if you've been sticking around with the channel any length of time, you've seen us, you know, take our time with our setups to make it look good. And this is one where we were like, we definitely want it to look good, but we have to think, how can we do this faster? And this is where the cart comes in clutch. Like, it was so important for us to be able to take that cart around, to be able to film these different scenes fast, be able to carry the equipment around fast. And so it was one of the best investments that we could have made a few years back. And since then, having gotten another one, it's been fantastic. So it's really been a great experience to be able to have this cart, and for it to help us level up our production. So it's always a great time. As I started out the video, it's always a great time to be able to work with this client and be able to shoot so much content, and year after year just kind of up the game and enjoy what we do. So yeah, love this content. I hope this was able to help you guys in some way, and I will catch you guys on the next one.